Dubai Eye 103.8.
Yeah, let's talk impact, let's talk moving forward, and let's talk contingency. We had news overnight that the World Bank Group will support client governments as they deal with some of the challenges caused by the regional tensions at the moment, including increases in energy costs by leveraging fast distributing policy financing instruments. That's the word from the World Bank, but that's been mirrored by a number of initiatives by Gulf governments. Governments across the GCC are deploying coordinated fiscal banking and digital measures to preserve market confidence and business continuity as the regional tensions test investor sentiment at the moment. The UAE Central Bank is one of those that has announced its latest resilience package, backed by well over $1.4 trillion in banking sector strength and the $270 billion in reserves ensuring continued lending. Let's get more analysis on this one from the MD, the Managing Director, Middle East at Sovereign PPG Corporate Services. Simon Gordon's been kind enough to join us live on the line this morning. Simon, thanks for joining us on a Friday morning.
Morning, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Let's just get your take first and foremost. What are we approaching 5 weeks into the new norms or the new unnorms at the moment? What's your sort of take on how businesses are across the GCC? That is, how are they sort of dealing with the current concerns and uncertainties? What are you hearing from them?
Well, to be honest, Tom, it's strange times, of course, but we're seeing a lot of, positive engagement from our clients. I think client engagement at the moment and businesses are trying to get on with their day-to-day business. Governments from across the Gulf are being proactive. They're acting swiftly as they look to just preserve continuity and show resilience during a challenging period. I feel that they're thinking 2 steps ahead, so they're introducing policies and being able to sustain market confidence as a result. So I can naturally understand how businesses are a little bit nervous, challenging times over the past kind of 4 weeks, but I think people are very much getting on with it.
Yeah, people, individuals, but also organisations are craving a little bit of certainty at the moment. They're also craving reassurance. Now, how reassuring is that latest package announced by the UAE Central Bank, their resilience package? Some massive numbers in there, difficult to get your heads around, $1.47 trillion in the banking sector strength. In plain terms, what's that mean for a business owner listening to the show this morning?
Yeah, so the UAE banks are already strong, and again, you've listed off the figures there. But in practical terms, the central bank support package, it makes them even more resilient. So it's ensuring stability and continued support for the economy. So they can continue lending, they can settle obligations, and extend credit lines to the private sector. So that's going to keep supply chains open and payrolls moving as the global markets fluctuate.
Couple of other incentives I want to get your take on. This one from the UAE. They've moved to this idea of the R&D tax incentive, which I think offers up to around about 50% credit on eligible research spend. Again, a lot of business speak there. What's that actually mean in real terms, and how would one actually benefit?
So this incentive allows companies to claim up to 50% tax credit on qualifying research and development spending. So this is designed to incentivize companies to build, innovate and develop intellectual property locally. So it's trying to get businesses to come in and, giving them that tax relief. So this sort of incentive provides clear framework for a long-term strategy. So again, it's more of a long-term pitch here, trying to attract those companies to come in. Again, UAE has the infrastructure, has done for a long time. That's not going to change. So it's just trying to get it's great incentive to get those companies to come in.
Let's talk GCC if we can, because what's interesting is obviously a number of discussions ongoing between GCC governments at the moment. Potentially we could see a lot more collaboration between entities across the GCC moving forward as and when we get resolution on the current uncertainties. Qatar, they have been very proactive in recent days, launching 36 new e-services, allowing companies to manage licensing and compliance entirely online. Is that significant for you, not just in terms of businesses in Qatar, but across the GCC?
Yeah, of course, Tom. So it's kind of moving with the times, right? So it's providing that flexibility, moving away from kind of paper, having to go to the government authorities. So it's going to ease pressure on those government authorities. So again, as you say, moving those services online makes sense, makes everything a little bit more efficient. Qatar have also announced 188 new projects, which is targeting $100 billion of investment. And they're also planning to go back to school. Schools are planning on reopening on Sunday and people getting back to the office on Sunday. So I think that's a really encouraging sign for the rest of us here in the GCC that, they're taking these steps forward.
We've heard time and time again over the course of the last 4 and a bit weeks about cash flow, the importance of cash flow for businesses across all sectors at the moment. Again, are there initiatives in place to support cash flow?
So again, this the central bank resilience package has one of the key measures is got to do with cash flow. Now, I'm not a banker, so I won't attempt to delve into the details there. But again, this resilience package will help those businesses with their cash flow.
Decision making. Talk to me about that, because decisions are difficult to take during uncertain times. Everyone's craving a little bit of clarity, a little bit of a simplification, if you like. What's your advice? What's the sovereign advice to business owners or investors who are sitting on decisions at the moment?
Yeah, well, I think clear communication is key with employees. To be honest, these times it's reminiscent of the COVID days. And when I regularly meet clients nowadays, I always tell them about the government's response to the pandemic. There was clear, concise communication from local authorities, and the action was very swift. And I firmly believe that that's a reason why we saw a massive influx of businesses coming in post-COVID or post-pandemic. So in the same vein that employers should have clear and concise communication with their employees, the authorities here are very good at that. So it's just keeping yourself up to date with what's going on in the news. And again, all the national media channels are very good at getting that information out. When new policies come out, again, just keeping yourself well informed of what's happening. But there's plenty of support there, and I've no doubt that we're going to get back to normal very soon.
So, really appreciate your time. Thanks so much indeed for your time on a Friday morning. Thanks also for the advice. Simon Gordon there, the Managing Director, Middle East at Sovereign PPG Corporate Services, kind enough to join us live here on The Business Breakfast. Right, problems on the roads.